Welcome to MHS Studio Magazine. Coming up on today's show, MHS Behind the Curtain. We have an in-depth interview with some of our state champion varsity cheerleaders.
It's almost Valentine's Day. In our MHS tip of the day, find out how to get your crush to actually like you.
In our RedHawk review, we take a look at 5 Nights at Freddy's.
We'll show you what's going on at Marist today after most of the students and faculty go home for the day.
And our sports analysts talk about RedHawk Basketball and more in MHS Sports Corner. Hello, and welcome to MHS Studio Magazine. I'm Molly Haynes.
And I'm Erin Trapani. This show is created by broadcasting students and members of the Broadcasting Club at Marist High School.
Our goal is to give viewers some useful and interesting information, all relative to the Marist High School community.
Now let's begin with our first segment.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Do you have any plans yet?
Nope, no plans.
Neither do I.
So in today's MHS Talking About, we ask the question, how do you ask out a crush?
I would just hang out with them with a big group and then eventually hang out with them by themselves.
Try to become friends with their friends and then try to get more alone time with them, and then eventually you guys can.
So start a conversation with something you could both relate to, like school, and then end up extending that conversation into planning a little activity for both of you.
Maybe try to talk to them during school and start more conversations, and then talk to them a lot outside of school, and then eventually ask them out.
Be really kind to them, and my friends, they really liked it when this one guy shook her hand, and she was in love with this guy, and another friend who had a guy hold the door open for her, and she was also in love with that guy. So just do something sweet like that.
You can just be really nice and get close with them and become their friend, and once you're comfortable you can ask them out.
I would say ask them out from putting "Will you be my Valentine" on a poster with some flowers.
You could start talking to them through social media or just in person, and then once you get comfortable with them, you could just ask them out or not.
You just gotta be confident and then talk to them a lot.
I'd say maybe ask one of their friends how they would like to be asked out, and then follow that plan along.
You could join a sport or club they're in, and then just kind of be their friend, and then ask them out.
And now that we've got you thinking about your crush, stick around until the very end for our MHS Tip of the Day, when we give advice on how to make your crush like you.
Okay, our next segment is called MHS Behind the Curtain, where we dig deeper and get to know a key member of the Marist community.
Today, we talk to members of the Marist varsity cheerleaders, who for the first time in history ranked #1 in the entire state.
Hey Redhawks, I'm Sam Kuros. This is MHS Behind the Curtain. I'm here with our varsity cheer team, undefeated in sectionals, and for the first time ever, they won state. Yeah! So what did it take from last year to this year to really get you guys, ramped up and win state?
I feel like this year we definitely had very long and hard practices. We were all gas, no breaks. We had lots of long hour practices. After sectionals, we had a 4-hour practice, and then the day after we also came back and had a 3-hour practice. And it was a lot of conditioning that went into the win, I feel like.
I also feel like our team dynamic was just different. Last year we had a tough time with our seniors because they really kind of brought the whole team down, but I feel like us seniors have really worked hard to bring the team up for this year and just show our love and passion on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And what is your relationship with each other? How are you guys?
The relationship on the team is amazing. Everyone loves everyone. We support each other. There's no talking behind each other's backs. We're all just there for each other.
There was a lot of team bonding this year too, which I feel really helped us. Especially in the summer when our team had just come together, there was a ton of team bonding things that we did, and even all throughout comp season 2, which I think really helped us to grow that relationship.
I feel like it was a love on and off the mat. When we were off the mat, we all were texting all the time. We all would hang out at each other's houses and get ready for football games together and stuff like that. And then on the mat, that love just showed because you would say, "Oh, you got this," "Oh, I love you," or something during the routine, and that just helped me get through it. I know it helped all of us.
And what was like going there? Like, what was that bus ride like?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about it. Like, we usually get a coach bus, and we didn't this year, and we were kind of upset, but we didn't let that affect us, and I feel like that's really what shows our team dynamic and our sisterhood, is because we didn't let what we didn't get affect us. Like, we called it the Golden School Bus, and we really just were pumped up on the way there. Like, even the bus rides to the arena, like, we would just be playing music. We were disconnected from our phones. It was just, like, the best energy.
Yeah, I feel like we really took like last year's performance into like this year, because no one wanted the same feeling that we felt when we didn't make it. So like we put everything into that routine, and it worked.
And also, we weren't ever focused going down there. We always said we were never focused on winning.
Yes.
We really went down there and just said we want to hit our best routine. It was never about winning, or I mean, we wanted to make it today too to improve from last year, but our main focus was just going out there and having fun with each other. It wasn't about winning at all.
Yeah, we wanted to leave everything and all the effort that we put in throughout the year like on that mat.
I'm sure,
we always said winning would be the icing on the cake, and it was.
Yeah. It was, I'm
It's
sure
a great
it was.
feeling.
What was it like when you guys won? Like, were you just like in disbelief?
I thought I was in a dream.
Yeah.
It
still doesn't feel real, but I remember we were all sitting there, and when they called the second place team, like, we really thought we didn't hit, or we didn't win, and we were just like, we were humble till the very end, and we even said a prayer like in our circle. And then when they called our name, it was just like an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah. None of us could even stand up. Like,
Really?
And we all like jumped on each other. Like, even the love in that moment, it was like something unexplainable. Like, everyone was crying, everyone was hugging, everyone was like, I was running around trying to figure out like what the heck just happened.
Yeah.
And the people were trying to get us to line up so we could walk across the podium, and that was a mess. Like, we're running back and forth.
We're running to our
and they're like, we need you to
families.
get in line, and we're like, we won.
Oh yeah,
like,
you had to
we're
go
freaking-
hug your family.
Yeah, we
everyone.
ran straight to our families.
Yeah, and they were like, come on, you gotta line up. So it was like,
I ran straight to that
it was like, it was crazy. It was like an unexplainable feeling.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Thank
Can we
you.
just clap one more time for them, please? Our varsity cheer team, everyone. This is MHS Curtain. I'm Sam Kuros. Bye, RedHawks. Thank you.
Bye.
Now to our next segment, when we take a look at what's going on here at Marist after most students and teachers go home for the day.
Here's a look at today's activities in our latest installment of Marist After Hours.
Currently, the play is in the works, and we're going to be really quiet and take a look. Right there, we can see Clancy and Sarah are currently, working on their rehearsal. They're staring at us right now, and that is what's going on in the theater.
Hi, I'm Marist with Marist After Hours, and today we're here with
Virio Mena
and
Trinity Carter.
And we're going to be talking about how tutoring is with tutoring the little kids from Gerber schools.
It's so amazing. I love to see little kids thrive and excel in their studies, and it's so amazing how smart these kids are. It's honestly truly amazing.
Yeah, it's really great to see their faces when they get a correct answer.
That's really nice. Is there anything else that you guys do for tutoring? Like, does it give you any credits or anything?
Yeah, so I'm a member in NHS, so I do get hours for that, and I honestly would love to do it even if I wasn't in NHS, because I do love to get back to the NHS.
Hi, I'm Damian Larson with MHS After Hours, and we're here with our beautiful math team, not just in performance.
All right, this year we've done the 3 Catholic Math Leagues, which we've taken first in all of those as a whole school and in the majority of the competitions. Now looking forward, we're doing regionals at the end of this month and state at the start of April. Last year we're the juniors, and last year at regionals Marist won as a whole, and we as a grade level won. And then at state, our grade level, we took second in the whole state. So looking forward to this year, and hopefully we'll do even better.
I joined the math team because I heard about the camaraderie and like the family that math team brings. And when I was a freshman, I was looking for my place at Marist, and I found my home with math team.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Yunus with Marist After Hours, and we're here with Pro-Life.
How we can improve the world, not just on issues like, obviously it's called the Pro-Life Club, so we've discussed issues like the death penalty and abortion, but also issues about like the classroom. Currently we're discussing methods we improve our religion classes. We've also discussed ways where we can improve our the all-school mass, or just generally make a more faith-based environment.
I joined pro-life because it's intrinsically tied to my religion, Roman Catholicism, obviously. The sanctity of life is very important to me, and we're all made in the image of God, and so I think it is my duty to help protect that.
Did you know we have a really cool class here at Marist where we can learn to write code in Java to solve?
That is so cool.
Very cool. Today we take a behind-the-scenes look at AP Computer Science put together by Mateo Gonzalez and Leo Laban in Broadcasting 1.
If you find any kind of alphabetical character, you keep going. You look again, you look again, you look again.
My name is Mrs. Fay, and I teach AP Computer Science. And what we were doing in class the other day was we were looking inside a string for a particular word, because we're programming a chatbot where you can correspond with the computer and they answer specific responses. So if you were to say, "My mother is awesome," the chatbot would look for the word mother and respond, "Tell me more about your family." So we were looking for one string inside of another string called a sentence, and we were going through some code, tracing through the code.
Okay, so that's the first one. What is the letter before it? It's the lowercase h, because it all turned lowercase. You had 6 if statements. You check if no more.
It's a fun class, APCS. We do a lot of problem solving. Everybody in this class took honors computer science last year, so we all have a pretty good grasp of computer science already. But I like all the problems she gives. She'll give us prizes if we complete hard problems, and it's one of my favorite classes. But it is pretty difficult. You have to be really good at memorizing things because it's all typing, and if you make little mistakes, it piles up. But it's fun, so I like it.
So this little method that we're going to use, and it uses index of, it just grabs the character before and after.
If you're deciding what to watch, we've got you covered.
Next, we examine a movie or show currently streaming to help you decide whether it's worth the watch. A critique of Five Nights at Freddy's in our RedHawk reviews.
What's going on, RedHawks? I'm Leo Laban with RedHawk Reviews. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the movie of this Halloween season, Five Nights at Freddy's. It was recently released on October 27th, so it will be in theaters for you to view for a pretty long time. You can also watch this movie on streaming services from home, such as Peacock or Vudu. The movie is PG-13, so expect a little bit of foul language, but not a lot. Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror video game franchise with a very long and deep story, and after watching the movie form of it, I can definitely say, while it was based on the plot of the game, the plot of the movie was very different. The story shows how a man named Michael tries to figure out who took his brother from him when he was young, while protecting his little sister from also being taken by some pretty mysterious figures with creepy backstories. Most of the movie takes place at Michael's new suspicious job location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Plot isn't exactly the same as the game's plot, but it's still really entertaining. Some of my friends before I saw the movie told me it wasn't very good, but I personally loved it. It perfectly replicated the animatronics from the game, and while it's a horror movie, I personally didn't get scared at all. My mom, on the other hand, wasn't very comfortable while watching. Also, if you played the Five Nights at Freddy's games, or you just followed the story, you'll definitely recognize some references that you're going to enjoy watching. I may be biased since I played the games, but I think anybody can watch it and enjoy it, whether you know the game story or not. Even if you don't really like horror movies, Five Nights at Freddy's perfectly fits the genre while not even being that scary. After watching, I can definitely say that I'd give Five Nights at Freddy's a 4.5 RedHawks out of 5. I'm Leo Laban with RedHawk Reviews. Thanks for watching.
Do you agree with his review?
I cannot give an honest answer because I have not seen the movie yet.
Neither have I. Our Marist basketball team is back in action this weekend.
Our Marist sports analysts are talking about that and more. Let's head over to the MHS Sports Corner.
Hi RedHawks, I'm Aaliyah Glass with Philip Bartolini to my right. Today we're going to talk about Marist cheerleaders winning first place at state. We're going to talk about MHS basketball, the Super Bowl coming up, basketball trade deadline, and basketball spring training. First off, Phil, how do we feel about the Marist cheerleaders winning first place?
Well, I think it's a really good accomplishment for them. You're going to see it earlier in our show here, an interview with them. Sam did it. It's a really good accomplishment for them. Obviously, they did really well last year, and it's a really fun accomplishment for the girls to have, and take with them for the rest of their lives. Interviewing them and seeing them being interviewed, they seem very excited and happy about the whole situation. So I think it's really good for the school as a whole, and especially for Marist cheerleaders to get that first place in state. And I think it's a really positive thing and a great accomplishment for the school.
Okay. How do you feel about the high school basketball team?
Well, we got a top 10 team right now, so that's really cool to have. Marist basketball is really performing well here. They had last Friday, they had a win versus Bennett Academy. It was a last second buzzer beater, so it's a really fun thing to see the basketball team, doing good and having a positive team on the court here. So it should be really exciting. The playoffs obviously are coming up there fairly soon. We're in February here, middle of February, around President's Day. So playoffs should be coming up soon, so I think everyone should be really excited about this basketball team. It should be really fun to watch in the rest of the regular season and then into the postseason.
And the Super Bowl, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, it's one of the biggest games of the year. It's, gets so many views across the whole entire world. We got the San Francisco 49ers and then the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a rematch of the Super Bowl just a few years ago, right before COVID hit. But the lines are pretty even right now. It's a slight favor to the 49ers from the NFC. Obviously, they defeated the Detroit Lions last 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship game, and then the Chiefs won their game versus the Ravens 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship game. So it should be a really fun day, a fun event for everyone. Obviously, right now is Super Bowl week, so they have a lot of events going on in Las Vegas. So it should be a great time for everyone there. It should be a fun experience for the players. I know a lot of people are very excited, very hyped for their Super Bowl parties and everything. It's one of the greatest events of the year, in my opinion. But it should be a really exciting event. I personally have the Chiefs winning. I think it'll be a pretty close game. I think they'll win probably about by 3 points, I think. So it'll be a Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift Super Bowl win.
Okay, how do you feel about the baseball spring training about to start?
Well, yeah, it's about to start. Pitchers and catchers report to spring training in Arizona for White Sox and Cubs. They report on February 15th, so that is just in a few days now. We'll see really what happens. Obviously the Sox are not in the greatest position right now. They had a really tough year last year, only about 62 wins. They had 101 losses. So, for all Sox fans out there, it gets really frustrating really quickly. For Cubs, for Cubs fans, could be a little bit more exciting year. They have some good players there, and they're looking at a possibility of a playoff run. But it's just, of course, very fun to have baseball back. It's one of the greatest times of the year, in my opinion. Always when those pitchers and catchers report, it's about to be spring. So that's a great sign.
Okay. Well, that's all we have for you today, RedHawks.
As we said at the beginning of the show, it's almost Valentine's Day. We already talked about how to ask out a crush.
But what if you get the courage to ask them out and the answer is no?
Our final segment features a simple tip or life hack that can help make your life better.
We tackle the topic of how to actually get your crush to like you in MHS Tip of the Day.
Soundstripe.
Hi, I'm Jack Quillis.
And I'm Grace Josh, and here today we're with your tip of the day. Your tip of the day is to how to actually get your crush to like you back. Me and Jack are going to demonstrate some of these things to show you how to do them. The first tip is to actually care about your crush's hobbies so that they know that you care about them. What are your hobbies, Jack?
I like to go out with my friends and family. I like to go outside and go hiking.
That's fun. I like to do cheer, go to tumbling, shop, and hang out with my friends.
That's awesome.
Another tip is to listen to what your crush has to say, because they want to know that you actually care about them.
Today I had a really rough day at school. I failed my math and religion tests, and it was just a really hard day.
I'm so sorry, Jack. Maybe tomorrow will be better.
Thanks for listening, Grace.
Your third tip is eye contact, because you want your crush to know that you actually care about them, and you want them to know that you're looking at them and paying attention to them. Your fourth tip is putting down your phone, because if you're sitting there like this, how is your crush actually going to know what you're like? Put down your phone, put it away, and actually have a real conversation with them. I'm Grace Shesh.
And I'm Jack Willis.
And these were your tips of the day.
That's going to do it for this episode of MHS Studio Magazine. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Molly Haynes.
And I'm Erin Trapani. Be sure to tune in next time right here on our YouTube channel, MHS Studio Chicago. Have a great day.